football has come to Southern Nevada as we are in the menacing new Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. The atmosphere here, electric. No matter the venue, the home folks love their silver and black. They are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with the Washington football team. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. A first carry for Trenton Cannon. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On play action, it's Carr. He's got a man, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. They'll get 34 yards there.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. To throw his Carr. And trying to get it to Ruggs, but it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
He'll be tackled shy of the 35. The power move there couldn't buy him much space. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6.
On play action, here's Tua. Tua hit, and the ball is out.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
The good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Tua. Buying time to his left. Lines up and lets it go for Samuel. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And it's fielded at the 34. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
6:18. No, check that. We're Mike 52. Let's go, D, let's go.
Carr now on 1st down. 20, 5, and he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Henry Ruggs hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And that makes it 7-zip Vegas. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
On 2nd and 7, Tua. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Tagovailoa going to try and throw on 3rd down. There again is Thomas. They've gone to him a lot. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Play action, now it's Tua. Slings this deep from McLaurin. Touchdown! Terry McLaurin, his 6th touchdown of the season. And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up. But we saw Tua Tagovailoa hit on some big ones in his college days to Henry Ruggs and Jerry Jeudy. That left arm, pretty underrated in terms of strength. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They are back over the 500 mark for the season. Got there with a win a week ago. Their second straight. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough, and I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
On first down, Carr. Oh, looking for Waller, but this is intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
On second down, here's Gibson again. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. 2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. Sheds off the tackle, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And Washington has taken the lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
26-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Now a 2nd down and 6.
Tighten up. Pull it together. Mike, 8.
Here's Carr. That'll be taken in by Damiere Byrd. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
On first down, Drake. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Carr now to throw. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 34-yard line. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain. 8
yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Shotgun now for Carr. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 2.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And a slant hauled in by Ruggs. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now.
First down. 1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
Here's Jacobs. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
They're going to get 9 here on first down as he gets this one up to the 34-yard line.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. A handoff for Gibson. 55 rushing yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Antonio Gibson is an absolute dart with the ball in his hands, and he can make you miss, and he can run over you. Took a little while to crack the starting lineup as a rookie, but boy, was he sensational when he did. Went for 115 yards and 3 scores in a Thanksgiving Day clobbering of the Dallas Cowboys. And Washington, They feel like they had a real find when they took him in the 3rd round last year, number 66 overall, and he justified their decision.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And a nice pickup there as he'll get about 9, and that will lead us to a stoppage here at the 2-minute warning.
At the 50-yard line.
Here's 2nd and a yard. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
On 1st down, Tagovailoa. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. They'll run with Gibson. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. One more time with Gibson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it with Gibson. He's going to be marked down very close to the first down marker, but it looks like he's a yard short. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Hopkins' kick is good. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together and maybe get into field goal range. A throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
You know, following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates.
The guy's man complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Henry Ruggs as the first half is winding down. And once again, the Raiders are back out in front. For Henry Ruggs, he was the fastest runner at the 2020 Combine, ran the 40 at 4.27. That is fast, folks, and that speed in evidence there.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And if we turn to the next-gen stats, the final clocking, well, it's ridiculous. 22.5 miles an hour. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense, as they take over with just 17 seconds left before the break. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Looking to pass. Tua. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Well, so far on this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. So we have reached halftime here in Vegas with the Raiders on top. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Tua sets up to pass it. Escaping the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Just work with me a second here, because in my lifetime, seeing how quarterback percentages have changed in throwing the football, I mean, back in the good old days, if you were around 50%, you were doing okay. But now, you need to be 65 to 70% to be considered an elite quarterback. And in this ball game, it feels like we're playing old school, right around 50%.
Yeah, he's under 50%. He needs to start hitting more targets. They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
And that one was a lot of fun right there, because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. This is Smith with a grab. And all the way down inside the 25 before he's out of bounds. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack.
And they decided to go with the safety blitz there. And look, if that gets picked up, quarterback really has the advantage then, because he'll have more time to throw the football and some wide open space. But when it doesn't, that's a guy who gets a free run into the backfield, and oftentimes the QB ends up on his backside, as he did there.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a first down. Here's a give to Gibson. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. 84 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Antonio Gibson with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And Washington has once again taken the lead. On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And that one gives them a 3-point lead.
Next is Washington 24, Raiders 21.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
Now it's 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Carr. And he will find his man Ruggs. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Here's Carr to throw. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's first and 10. Carr going to throw. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Montez Sweat in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the first down sack. Carr. That's caught by Waller out left side. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 12-yard line. 25 yards there on the catch and run. From down at the 12, it's first and 10. On first down, it's Jacobs. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Second down at 7. Jet sweep. Carr bats it forward. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll run. It's Drake. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as he'll wind up going backwards. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So they've got to work on getting first downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going. And above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Gibson again. And they'll get him down up past the 15.
94 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
2nd and 7. Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. Now, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Jonathan Hankins able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot. Washington on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Now Tua. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down. Here's Tressway now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Jonathan Allen able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle. And frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play action fade.
I got 83. We got this, fellas. Come on.
Now Carr. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Troy Apke. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Once more, Gibson. Pushing through the contact. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
One of the bigger plays of the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Devontae Parker, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the interception by the Washington defense leads to a touchdown. Sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And that is absolutely demoralizing for a defense because you've got the offense on the ropes. It's third down. You're trying to get off the field, and then wham, you have a letdown in the secondary, and you give up a big one.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Mike 52. Raider 1. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up.
Express.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. Pass complete to Bird out right here. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 18 more yards there and another 1st down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Carr. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens in bounds.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings them up 2nd and 10.
Push him back.
They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. Carr to throw. And this is caught for a touchdown. So hang on now. Things just get a little bit more interesting here in the final minute. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They'll go again with Gibson. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down. On third down, here's Gibson. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. They'll go. It's Gibson. It's a first down and more for Gibson. And all the way down to the 5. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
So it's Washington getting the victory here. And I tell you, this was a fun one. Just a close game. Nothing comes easy in this league, as you know. They had to work for that victory.
I've got to go back to what you just said. Nothing comes easy in this league. How many times have we talked to coaches prior to a game and assessed, the strengths, the weaknesses, the whole deal? Even in games when one coach was a decided favorite, what do they always say to us? But you do know this is really a 7-point league. 7 points either way usually decides a ball game. We had exactly that in this one.
And not only that, but this is a gutsy road victory, one they can hang their hat on. So for Washington, the win moves them to 3-9 now on the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC